All right, guys. Notebook LM. Honestly, I just found out about this tool. The reason why I started this channel is to motivate me to investigate, try to get things to work for me, share it, and use it so you guys can follow along and see how I use it, what I learn. And I'm in my 50s, so I think a lot of people are afraid of AI, but you just start with some simple things, right? So I spend a lot of time reading, watching tons of YouTube videos, occasional research papers, longevity studies. These are all things of interest to me, whatever it is about the war, AI news, market stuff. There's just so much out there, right? It never stops. And somewhere between the surfboard and the gym, which I try to surf and go to the gym every day, and of course, life. Luckily, I'm in a position now where I do have extra time and I do work from home that I can fit all this in. So I can't imagine if you were working a full time job and trying to build a side hustle and keep up with all this. But Notebook LM can help you with that. But, anyways, there's a lot more to it. So let's jump into it. So basically, I just don't have, even with my schedule, 3, 4 hours every day to read through everything that I actually want to. I just don't. I try to multitask, occasionally I wash the dishes or whatever, and I, work on the yard or something. I'm listening to podcasts. But anyways, yeah. So when I stumbled onto this free tool that converts any article, PDF, the transcript from YouTube videos into an actual podcast, or it could be two voices debating. You can do long form, short form, and you can download it. It really blew me away. So I had to dig into it. It's called Notebook LM, and it might be the most slept on AI tool of 2026. Yeah, it's so useful. Like literally, I have less than an hour using it, and I've done so much with it. But now, if you're used to Google applications and you've been playing around with AI, you will kind of understand it right away. But if you're new to AI, obviously it'll take you a little bit more time. But man, is it useful. Um, so, anyways, it might be the most slept on AI tool of 2026. So here's the problem I was trying to solve, and I know I'm definitely not alone in this, especially after the age of 40, 45. Time is actually the scarce resource. You want to stay sharp. You want to be on, you want to be healthy. You want to be on AI. You want to be what's happening in the world. But the volume of information coming at you is insane. It is, especially nowadays. One study found that adults are exposed to the equivalent of 174 newspapers worth of data every single day. And the average person reads maybe one or two of those papers before their attention completely collapses. There are basically two options. One, skim everything and absorb not too much, almost nothing. Two, go deep on a few things and miss the rest, right? So Notebook LM is a third option now, and I'll explain and I'll even try to show you. You give it your reading list, it makes you a podcast, and you listen while you do something else. Work out, drive, cook. I've been doing it while, actually prepping for episodes, and it from the short time that I've used it, not only does it work, but I'm going to show you what I actually figured out too. Um, there we go. Next image. So, what is Notebook LM exactly? It's a free research tool from Google, powered by their Gemini AI. And the key thing that makes it different from ChatGPT or Claude is this: it only knows what you give it. You upload your sources, PDFs, articles, YouTube videos, Google Docs, even audio files, and it becomes an expert on exactly the material, nothing else. No hallucinating random facts from the internet. It stays in your lane. So this is really good for content creators or people that are if you're a content creator, which everybody nowadays is starting YouTube channels and stuff like that. So then you hit one button and it generates an audio overview. Two AI hosts start a conversation, and I'll be honest, the first time I heard it, I was kind of like, whoa, this is weird. But it flows really well, and you can pick different languages too. So if Spanish is your jam, there you go. Si quiere hablar y escuchar en español, no problema. These are not robotic text to speech voices, definitely not. They banter, they make connections. They sound like a pretty decent podcast to me. I thought so. The whole thing takes about 2 to 5 minutes to generate. Then you can download it and listen anywhere. So at the end of this, I'm going to give you guys a little demo of what I've learned so far because I was just blown away. I was like, holy moly, this thing is so useful. And my mind just starts going, oh, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. Because not only can it create like this podcast, but it can create infographics. It can create an explainer video that you could upload to a social media, and you could basically just clone other information, rewrite it, add your little twist to it. I mean, it's pretty cool. And it's free. That's the crazy thing. Um, yeah, the first time I heard it generated podcast, I was like, wait, those are two people. I actually heard a video on YouTube of these. I didn't realize. I thought it was real people that were actually doing a podcast. And then I actually dug into this and I realized it was the same voice. And I was like, that was a podcast created through NotebookLM. So I'm definitely not an expert in this, but I do have the ability to pick up things pretty quickly. So I try to keep things as simple as possible. That's kind of the whole idea here. So there we go. Next image. All right. So here are 5 real ways I've already started using this or planning to use this that map to how we actually live. 1, upload the longevity research. So I listen to a lot of research. So instead of reading these dense, like some of these podcasts are 2 hours long, 2.5, 3 hours long. And there's like 5 of them that I really like to listen to. And it's hard to always get to them. Sometimes I have to watch them in like bits and pieces. And there's a lot of banter back and forth that I probably don't really need. So, instead of reading dense studies on screen or listening to a long run-on podcast, you can do that too. Prep for business meeting or a podcast. Drop in background docs, get a conversational briefing, like you can do that. 3, catch up on a newsletter or a long article you saved but haven't read. Most of us have a graveyard of saved links. NotebookLM clears the backlog really quickly. 4, learn a new topic fast. Drop in multiple sources, let it synthesize across all of them. All of them, things basic summary tool can do, 5, there's a new interactive mode. You can actually join the podcast mid-conversation, interrupt the AI, ask your own questions in real time. And that's one of the cool things is, so you can get a bunch of sources and it knows all of the transcripts and information or whatever, and it turns into an expert. So you can listen to it and then you have a voice thing and you can literally just be like, "Hey, wait, hold up. I want to dig into this a little bit." And then it'll answer your question based on what it knows from the sources and then just keep going. Or you can just converse back and forth. It's really far out, I have to be honest. So, all right. Let's move on to image number 4. So this is all these images that I'm creating and this summary that I'm reading. I've created a document in Claude that gives me kind of the story, but gives me areas to basically freestyle and talk and give my storytelling, everything. So when you hear me going through this, it breaks it up into 4 sections, and then I'm giving basically my commenting, my reaction. So you can't really tell what I'm actually reading or what I'm not. And that's what's great about AI is you can literally design things like this. Okay, so how do you actually start? This is a beginner walkthrough, and I mean it. I'm a beginner here too. So you just go to notebooklm.google.com, sign in with your Google account. So Gmail, if you already have one, it'll just sign you right in. You hit the plus button to create a new notebook. You upload a source, a PDF, paste in URLs of YouTube. Probably most people are going to be using YouTube videos, but you can paste in any URL of any article. You can upload PDFs. I mean, you name it. You want to go through a long study that would take you 2 hours to read. I mean, it's pretty cool. Whatever you want to start with. Then in the studio panel on the right, click generate under audio overview. That's it. 2 to 5 minutes later, you have a podcast about your document. A couple of honest caveats. It only knows what you upload. So keep that in mind. Don't expect it to go out and research for you. So it's not going to bring in new information. It's really going to stay focused on what you add to it, which is nice. So it only knows what you upload. Don't expect it to go out and research for you, but you'll be surprised. It feels like it's doing more because when you listen to a podcast or read a long document, there's so much that you just don't realize that you skimmed through that are there. And it's kind of a weird experience, I have to admit. So let's see. Yeah. So you want to treat it as a first pass, not as a final word, but as a tool for absorbing more and less time for our lifestyle, for people who are moving, not sitting. It's genuinely useful. So on the train, on the bus, while you're commuting, and you can just, it's on your phone, it's on your desktop. It works really well. So let me show you really quick. Um, all right, so bada bing, here is NotebookLM, and let me move this down here. So what I did is I dropped in a long video that I watch, Elon Musk, Sam Altman. This is Peter Diamandis. And I said, please can you summarize this into a 4 or 5 minute script so I could make maybe a video where I wrap up your 2 hour video into like 4 or 5 minutes, right? But then I started playing around with it, right? So you just add your source here. So if you click add, you can add, upload files. You can go here and basically add in URLs of videos, of YouTube videos. And then it'll list it all down here. And then you can either have it look at everything, or in this case, what I did is I created a short summary and then I created this out of it. So if I wanted to take just this summary and create a video or something, I can just uncheck this. But what I did is I just had this first. And not only, and I was curious, I was like, whoa, how do all these things work? And I'm like, oh, wow, you can make an infographic. And I'm like, okay, I just click infographic. And for my social media, and if I do a video on this, check this out. Take a second. Look at that infographic that it created. I mean, you can use it for all kinds of stuff. And I thought, wow, I mean, this could be for Twitter, or it could be, a presentation that you're creating for a meeting or whatever you want. It's very impressive. And it also created I had it here where it's a video, and so you can create an explainer video. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I can create a short explainer video of this, like brand new content. And it creates this explainer video, as you can see right here. And what it does is it writes it, and then it creates images, and you have different choices.
Let's just dive right in.
I don't know if you can hear that. And I was like, wow. I mean, I literally did this in 10 minutes. And then what I did is I just basically went here. I just downloaded the video, and then I went into ChatGPT and I just copy and pasted the transcript, because you can look at the transcript. And then I was like, can I make a video? So then for fun, I just uploaded it, and I created a YouTube video right here. And this is this is like a 5 minute video where it basically just took the topic, because as you're creating an explainer video, it asks you questions. Do you want it to be about this? And it'll give you like 3 options. Do you want it to be about this? And it'll give you 3 options. And then when you're ready, if depending on how much you want in there, you just hit create, and it just does the rest for you. And then I created a little thumbnail. I just copy and paste into ChatGPT, and I said, this is the video, create me a thumbnail. And
it's spilled right
there
out
it is.
The public square.
And it's got 6 views, not too many. Now, here's something to keep in mind is it is a Google product, which so is YouTube. I don't know if this would affect the algorithms, like if they know that you created a NotebookLM, because if you look down there, you can see it says NotebookLM on it. But like if you want to create a no-face, say very, very niche YouTube channel, and you want to create these explainer videos for more than, I mean, you could create them just for yourself so that you could go back and listen and watch, make them public, and you can pick the voice, the language. You never know, you might get views, because what I've seen is a lot of AI channels are getting a ton of views, even though YouTube's trying to say, hey, AI is not going to be rewarded as much. But I see AI channels getting way more subscribers and views than probably not, regular ones. So anyways, try it out. Just go, if you have a Google account, play around. You can see how it works. I mean, I could go more through, but it's really easy to use. And yeah, so let me just go back here really quick. And I don't know if this is working if I move this down here, but let me just get out of here. Link. Close that. So yeah, you put your sources here, and you pick what you want right here, and it just creates it. So if you want an audio overview right here, you can generate a podcast, and it gives you choices. Like, so if I were to click on this, you can say, deep dive, a brief, brief, like I said, you can create simple content, a critique, or a debate. And if you create a debate, it literally creates an entire audio of two people just debating, a little bit more interesting. So you can really take boring content and actually make it a little bit easier to listen to right through. Now, it does take a little while, so you want to set this up and then just forget about it. It might take 5 minutes. I don't know if it depends on your internet access, but it works really well. So try it out. All right. So NotebookLM is free. It's from Google, and it turns any document into a podcast in under 5 minutes, and many other things. Create content, no face YouTube channels, you name it. For people in their 40s, 50s like me who want to stay on top of the research, the news, the ideas without carrying out 3 hours of reading every single day, this is genuinely worth 10 minutes of your time to try it out. And like I said, it's free. So yeah, go to notebooklm.google.com and upload literally anything you've been meaning to read and just try it out, see what happens. So you want to hear more and hear my spin as I learn with you, just go ahead and subscribe, and let's try to keep it fun and just keep learning. I mean, that's why I'm doing this, right? I'm doing the YouTube channel so that I'm multitasking. So I'm learning, but sharing at the same time. All right, guys, until the next video, let's get it.